The Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court has taken Suo Motu Cognizance of horrific Hathras gang rape case and the issue of the UP police of handling the body of the victim to the family and cremating it forcefully at 2 a.m. instead. The bench has directed the Senior Registrar of the court at Lucknow to register Suo Motu Public Interest Litigation and place it before the appropriate bench having jurisdiction to hear PIL. The bench has also directed the family members of the deceased victim to be present before the court so that court ascertains the facts and their versions of the incident which took place at the time of cremation.
The Allahabad High Court has taken Suo Motu Cognizance over the pre-dawn cremation of the 19-year-old Dalit woman who is stated to have been gang raped and mutilated before succumbing to her injuries in Uttar Pradesh, Hathras. The order passed by a bench of Justices Rajan Roy and Jaspreet Singh states the court has taken serious note of reports indicating that the body of the victim was forcefully cremated without the consent of her family. The High Court order states, we are inclined to examine as to whether there has been gross violation of the fundamental rights of the deceased victim and the family members of the victim, whether the state authorities have acted oppressively, high-handedly and illegally to violate such rights. As if it is found to be so, then this would be a case where accountability will not only have to be fixed, but for future guidance also stern action would be required. Media reports informed that the family was prevented from seeing the victim, even as they begged the police not to cremate. The High Court notes that while the police authorities later insisted that the cremation had been done with the family's consent, media interviews with the family of the victim suggested otherwise. Disturbed by the reported sequence of events, the High Court points out that it is subtle that even the dead have a right to be treated with fairness and dignity as laid down in cases. Given this position, the High Court has emphasized that if allegations of forced cremation are found to be true, it would be a case of gross violation of basic human and fundamental rights enshrined under Article 21 and Article 25 of the Constitution of India in a most blatant and uncalled for manner, something which is absolutely unacceptable in our country governed by rule of law and the Constitution. We would like to examine as to whether the economic and social status of the deceased family has been taken advantage of by the state authorities to oppress and deprive them of their constitutional rights. The court adds, the bench has also said that it will leave the question of whether there is a necessity to monitor the investigation or to get the investigation done by an independent agency as per law. The court has directed the Senior Registrar of the court's bench at Lucknow to register a Suo Motu Public Interest Litigation with the title in reference Right to Decent and Dignified Last Rites, Cremation, and place it before the appropriate bench having jurisdiction to hear the PIL. The matter has been listed to be taken up on October 12th. The family members of the victim have also been directed to be present before the court so that the court can further ascertain the facts. The following state functionaries have been summoned to put forth their version of the case with supporting material to appraise the court regarding the status of the investigation on the next hearing date. These officials are the Additional Chief Secretary, Principal Secretary Home, Director General of Police, Additional Director General, Hathras, District Magistrate and Hathras Superintendent of Police. In the meanwhile, the court has specifically set out the state authorities are directed to ensure that no coercion, influence or pressure is exerted upon the family members of the deceased in any manner by anyone. Senior Advocate Jaideep Narayan Mathur and Advocate Abhinav Bhattacharya have been appointed as amicus curiae to assist the court in the matter. Bureau Report.